lane 3, Ohio State, coxed by Amanda Paul. In lane 4, Southern California, coxed by Colleen Freer. In lane 5, Washington, coxed by Allison Welty. And in lane 6, Stanford, coxed by Naomi Corman. And we join the race with Bill in action.
Rare sister act going on here in the Harvard boat. At the 7 seat and the 2 seat, you have Lucy and Rosie Grinald, both graduates of the Connecticut Boat Club program and many, many time members of the U.S. Junior National Team. All 6 boats safely through the 100-meter mark, no problems. The least amount of problems is Stanford out in lane 6. Wow, they're really going out aggressively. They have about 4 seats over Washington. And again, Pac-12 foes that are familiar with each other. Stanford really going after it. And we'll see if they're able to hold on to it. As we've seen, some of that go out hard stuff doesn't necessarily work getting you to the line. Speaking again about the sister act and the Harvard crew, they are in dead second place, dead tie with Ohio State and also with Southern California. So very close for second, 3 boats contesting it. Boy, Stanford, though, is just cruising along. And we have a lot of shifting around going on here in this battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. But it is Harvard that's put themselves into second place. So far, the only crew that's maybe just a touch out of it is Yale. But as you saw from that previous race, they have a lot of stuff left over for the last part. Of course, the water's a little bit calmer in the last part of the race as well. Makes it more conducive to moving. So although Stanford continues out ahead, there's certainly nobody that's out of the opportunity to be in the top 3. We're 600 meters into the race. The people that are most taking advantage of the opportunity, though, to the grand final are Harvard and Ohio State. And then I think Yale might have now just gone into 4th place. So maybe they're going to take their move earlier than in the other event. So we have Ohio State and Harvard, and they are catching up to Stanford. Stanford might be paying for that early hot pace. Washington is maybe a couple of seats behind Southern California. So Yale has taken over 4th, and this is a very, very tight race. There's no way I'd like to predict at this point in time what the top 3 finishers will be. Well, Harvard has taken advantage of the little bit of fade from Stanford, and they and Ohio State are almost level now. So it's 3 across in a tie for first place. It's USC ahead now of Yale by a bit in 4th and 5th place. Boy, it's really, really tight here. We are 900 meters into the race, and now it looks like here come the Buckeyes. They have put their bow ball out in front. So for the first time in this race, Ohio State is in front. Very aggressive move now. It's Yale fading a little bit, so they took their move early. We'll see if they have another move to take beyond the 1,000-meter mark. But it is Ohio State now in the lead, Harvard going with them, and here we're finally starting to see a good charge from the University of Southern California as well, challenging Stanford on the outside. Over to you, Mark.
Another wild race there, Bill. What a finish on the last 8 semifinals from the first 8 to the second 8, and it is Ohio State who has made that move and now has the 7-seed advantage over the second place boat from Harvard right now. You mentioned the move. Stanford and Southern California going at it, along with Yale and Harvard. It's only Washington that is slightly off, but still in touch. There are probably only about 2.5 boat lengths between the bow ball of the Ohio State boat and the stern of that Washington boat. across the course cheering their comrades on as they head towards that 1,500-meter buoy. Ohio State now almost a full boat length lead, and it's going to be a fight for second and third right here. I'm watching these foul balls go back and forth between lanes 2, 4, and 6. So that's Harvard, Southern Cal, and Stanford fighting for it. Still in touch with the whole pack. The boat from Washington, Harvard trying to maintain, but slipping back slightly. Excuse me, make that Yale slipping back slightly. Ohio State out by a boat length. They look like they're going to hold on to that lead, or trying to hold on to that lead. And now it's Southern California making their move. They are now in second on their own. The challenge from Stanford. Stanford's beginning to fall out. They're now a half a boat length back. But it looks like Southern California is going to get a challenge from Yale. Again in lane 1, just like that last race in the first eight, Yale coming back. Yale now making a move on Ohio State. Ohio State had a little bit of an open-water lead, but right now they don't, because Yale is touching. Just about 6 feet behind the Yale foul ball is the Southern California foul ball. Harvard still in that mix in the front. Stanford paying a price in lane 6 and falling back. Washington still at the back of the pack, and now these 4 boats in the front have begun to pull away. Ohio State seeing the challenge from Yale, trying to do it. Yale wants another spot in the final. In that upper final, they're in second right now. Southern California fighting to try to catch up with them, but Yale's got a 3-seat advantage. Harvard right in the mix, but they're in 4th. Remember, you want to be in 1, 2, or 3 to go to that upper final, and they're coming down to the finish line. 1, 2, 3 in this race appears to be Ohio State, Yale, Southern California. Let's see how they finish. Yale, despite the low seeding, still qualifying for the upper final for the Division I first 8. Excuse me, second 8.